Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So another update in regards to Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. I know these are getting boring right now, but I think it's worth talking about, quite frankly. According to Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury will fight in Saudi Arabia on August the 14th in a stadium fight that will shock the world. He was speaking to Sky Sports, and the words he used that it was a done deal for August the 14th in Saudi Arabia, and he went on to say the following: "They want to build a new stadium," Hearn told Sky Sports about the hosts in Saudi Arabia. "They have indoor options. In August at 11 PM, it will be about 23 degrees. They want to create something very, very special. Last time they built a stadium for the Andy Ruiz Jr. fight in just 7 weeks, and it held 18,000 people. This will be a similar setup. They have the opportunity to hold it indoors, but they want to create something that will shock the world. They want to build a stadium just for this fight." Hearn went on to say, "You will get a different AJ in this build-up. He's excited because he's never really, apart from the Dillian White fight, been in a trash talk environment. He will enjoy it. AJ's got the bit between his teeth, goading him a bit. I'm sure these two DM each other, goading each other. I get DMs from Fury, sometimes pleasant, sometimes unpleasant. When the announcement comes and the press conferences start, the pleasantries will go away and it will become personal. It doesn't matter who respects who. Both sides are desperate to win because this is everything. There are no fun and games. It's them and us. AJ will go to war with Fury. He's got plans to absolutely demolish him. That's what I believe he'll do. In the meantime, we'll go through the build-up, which will be a lot of fun, before the biggest event of 2021. Those are the words of Eddie Hearn. So yeah, he is saying that August the 14th is a done deal, which is good news, obviously providing that happens. And it looks like Saudi Arabia, the hosts, will actually create a brand new stadium for this fight, similar to how they did the Andy Ruiz Jr. rematch in Saudi Arabia. They actually built that stadium and tore it down right after that fight. So yeah, it appears they're going to do something similar for this fight. Those guys out there have money to burn, man. But yeah, the date of August 14th, Eddie's saying it's a done deal. I quite like that date, to be honest. We don't have to wait too long. It's still in the summer. And quite frankly, the way these negotiations have been dragging out, recently I've been thinking that this fight would actually take place later this year, maybe early winter time, something like that. So if this fight does go down on August the 14th, I'll definitely be rather thankful, because I am getting sick and tired of the wait for this fight, like everybody else is. And all of these constant updates on this fight without really getting any further is definitely frustrating for us boxing fans. It doesn't exactly fill us with the most confidence. We're a cynical bunch. When we keep on getting these updates and nothing really happens, we always expect the worst. But yeah, this latest update sounds a lot more positive from Eddie Hearn and those involved. And it's looking like, fingers crossed, that we will get this fight in the summer. And obviously getting this fight ASAP also means that the rematch is more likely to take place this year as well. I was actually watching an interview with Eddie Hearn on IFL TV, something I don't usually do, but I was watching the interview and he was saying if this fight does go down on August the 14th, then it's very likely that the rematch would take place in December of this year. And quite frankly, that's what I want to hear. Ultimately, if these guys carry out their 2-fight deal, I want everything to be concluded as quickly as possible. Obviously, we need that first fight ASAP, and hopefully the second fight towards the end of this year, because yeah, while we're desperate for this fight to happen ASAP, and even the rematch, depending on how the first fight goes, I still don't want to see the heavyweight division held up. And if these guys, take more time, the division in essence is being held up because these two guys aren't fighting and they aren't getting it on quickly. Because believe it or not, while this is the fight I want to see the most, there are still other fights out there that I'd like to see Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury in. We've got guys like Joe Joyce, Alexander Usyk, Filip Hrgovic knocking around, even guys like Deontay Wilder and Dillian White. are still factors in the heavyweight division. So there are still countless other fights I want to see in the heavyweight division involving Joshua and Fury, but not necessarily against each other. So yeah, the quicker these two fights happen, the better for the division and the quicker it moves. So I think that's also an important factor when it comes to this fight. And yeah, if this fight does happen August the 14th, barring any injuries, serious cuts, etc., then it is likely we get the rematch in December, which would be great. I think that would be the ideal time frame for these fights, to be honest. But yeah, what do you make of this news? Do you believe Eddie Hearn? Do you believe he'll get the job done and make this fight for August 14th? I'm still quite optimistic in regards to this fight happening, and even happening in the summer. You know, a lot of people, when it comes to this fight, have kind of been skeptical, and I understand why, quite frankly, given how long it's taken. But my gut feeling has always been that this fight will happen. And yeah, I still feel that way right now. All I'm looking forward to now is the official announcement, and then we can actually talk about real boxing, you know, breaking down how the fight can go, coming up with different theories on how both guys can win the fight. That's what I'm looking forward to in the build-up. You know, I think we're all sick of talking about negotiations. Fury said this, Joshua said that, Hearn said this, Arum said that. I think we're all sick of that right now. We all want to talk about this fight, knowing that it's set. And obviously then the fun will commence between both fan bases and also both fighters. And yeah, we've got that to look forward to. I'm sure that's going to be fun. But yeah, all in all, I think this is positive news. I believe this fight will happen. And I'm just looking forward to the day this fight gets officially announced so we can talk about it for real, kind of thing. But all in all, I mean, share your thoughts below. What did you make of Eddie Hearn's words? Do you believe this fight will happen on August 14th? Do you believe it's going to happen at all? Share your thoughts below. And one more thing as well, I would like to extend my gratitude to you guys for checking out the second channel. It's much appreciated. I know a lot of you guys have shared it in Discords and whatnot, and I greatly appreciate that. The second channel has definitely started well. I think we've done 2 videos and we've gained 1,000 subs since I've started it, so it's definitely going well on the second channel, and much appreciated to you guys for getting the ball rolling. Because a lot of you guys were asking, oh, when's the second channel coming? When's the second channel coming? If you guys never pushed me to it, it probably wouldn't have happened. So yeah, I do appreciate that. So big up to you guys for the support. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed, and rest assured, this will always be my main channel. This is the channel where I'll upload the most on. Even if the second channel blows up, this is always going to be my main channel. This is my baby, and the second channel is like my stepchild who I locked in a cellar and I feed once a week kind of thing. But yeah, big up to you guys. Share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Del Boy. Peace.